Show.
It's weird, yeah.
I've heard somebody else tell a story about it.
I got the chorus down. It's the Mandela effect. We're shifting again. It's the Mandela effect. Everything's different again. You know? So, yeah, ready? I started looking at the Mandela effect. It blew my mind. The shit wasn't correct. Trying to figure out just how it connects and what the fuck I was gonna do next. It's the Mandela effect. We're shifting again. The Monopoly man. Monocle is missing again. I think they even got to the Michelin man. In the Statue of Liberty, it keeps switching the hand.
Did you know your reality is being put to the test? The Panama Canal no longer runs east to west. Things you are sure happen never did in this reality. The crunchy cereal with the captain now has the apostrophe. I started noticing changes in like 2014. It was JFK, the sixth seat, and it seemed so obscene. Many people will try and call me a loon, but hold up, wait, they even changed the spelling of Looney Tunes.
Okay. I used to eat a Chick-fil-A every day before they added the K.
So what's causing this? Many want to know. Well, I don't think it's CERN, it's just a magic show. Satanists doing rituals while scamming mad dough. Sounds familiar, like liars that always show us the globe. NASA, NIST, CERN, and more. We really need to show these corrupt agencies the door. I don't think this phenomenon is caused by man. I think it's a great awakening, and maybe God trying to contact us the best way he can. For me, Flat Earth, Mandela, and our dreams are all connected. Looking to pull some people in that I can intersect with.
The bridge.
Yeah, there it is. All right, cool. So I didn't screw you over. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
All right. Earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. Now what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. Now what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. Now tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. The earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? I thought you knew about it. Would you rather do without it? We're the center. The sun and moon moves around it like a clock. Can you hit a moving target with the rocket? I'm not hard to get along with. Just take a bong hit. Do you serve up any content? The stars are constant. You want a conversation for it? It makes me vomit. We never do get hit by comments. You want it. Leave another useless comment in the morning. The earth is flat. Tell me what you gonna do about it. What you gonna do about it? We know it's flat. And there is a bunch of us. Them globies munching on a bunch of snuffleupagus. You think it's cute? Then why not cuddle up with us? We know it's flat. Why you making such a fuss? My supper was the fucking best. That's just because the earth is flat. It hit me like an uppercut to the nuts. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. With a Russian with the crew, don't forget to brush after your food. They got asteroids, assroids, and asteroids too. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. There's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat. There's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat. It's fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat. How did the voice line up?
Bravo.
Did it line up with the beat? You know, and then I got this. I got Late Night Live. I don't know why. It's weird, yeah.
I've heard somebody else tell a story about it.
Wait, look, hold on a second. How's my camera looking? Hold on, let me get that stupid overlay thing on. Hold on a second. Give me a sec. Trying to figure things out here. I'm still learning. Right here. Get this thing out of there. All right, how we doing? I need a different background too. I changed my camera because I think it'll screen share better if I use a lower resolution. Yeah, that looks pretty. That matches. So yo, can you hear me? Yeah, my camera doesn't look too bad. 420.
Spooky.
Wanna get high? Wanna get high?
Smoke.
So what's up, peoples? What do we got? 13. I was just letting the room build up. I don't know. I might put out the link. I'm not sure if anyone. I thought people were gonna show up. So, I have a few things to show. Well, I have a few things I want to go over, but put the link out if people want to come on and join. I did a whole show by myself last night. I mean, I don't care either way. I can do this, but I can do this alone. All right, you ready? So, on my screen share. My buddy, I See Clearly came back today with a new video. His videos are always interesting to share. So let's see what's going on. Got it.
He needs subs. They always take his channel down, put it back up. Take it down, put it back up. Why isn't it the whole thing? Hold on, what's going on here? This is weird. Here we go. I see clearly. He has a good channel here. All right. Reality, fractal existence. He put this up an hour ago. All right. This one he put up a day ago. So check out his videos are pretty cool. I don't think there is any sound on this video because I don't hear any. So this is some highly advanced shit right here. Yeah. I wonder why there's no sound. There's no sound. He really needs to do some talking just to cover up his video with something. Maybe this is, I hope I'm not sharing it wrong. Nice. Thank you, Aladi. Cool. Send it. Send it to me, Aladi. Slap your mama hot sauce. His videos are pretty interesting. Santa column, male and female. They were bumping uglies in the garden. I'm not even sure about the scary space news. Not even sure what's going on with that now. Oh shit. All right. Because there's no sound on this, I'm going to cut it for now. We'll have to come back to it. But that's I See Clearly. You can check out his channel right there. That's the channel. You're never going to be able to find it, but good luck. So how we doing tonight? Sean Osborne, Jenny T. Murphy, Howard D, Machine Head. Boom, baby. All right. Well, so tonight I'm gonna go over. I was gonna go over flat Earth proofs. I don't know, a whole bunch of them in a row because I just thought that was the type of mood that I was in. But then I seen this thing that happened between AWAR and Wood and Nichols. We could always play that and see what they're talking about. A lot of people are talking about that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I definitely need to make myself a coffee and think about it. So I'm going to take another break. I'm going to play some more music, and I'm going to have some thoughts about what I want to do.
No.
Get the fuck out of here. You're fired.
No. Get the better solution. You keep me on the payroll as an outside consultant. And in exchange for my salary, my job will be never to tell people these things that I know. I don't even have to come into the office. I can do this job from home.
Yo, if Earth's flat, why don't you fall off the edge? I heard that Mike Collins from Apollo is dead. My girl's fat girl, let's just crawl in the bed. Don't spit if you want, just swallow instead. Swallow instead.
Can you hear me, Siri?
Swallow instead. Hello, Siri. Is gravity a theory or a fact? Thought my tampons in the house where my period's at. Get my rap on when I'm pissed about the serious crap. Passing so fast through space-time bends in half. After blasting through warp speed, we get to plaid. Don't listen if you don't like when I spit these raps. Rhymes I write like lightning, I write so fast. I'm like Mike Tyson, you ain't got to fight in chat. Yo, I'm going back to basics, flat smack in the faces. You can't have gas pressure without adjacent to the vacuum of space, bitch, without a container. Like paying for a lawyer without a retainer. I ain't playing, about to let a slug out of this chamber. When you see the red dot, yo, no doubt it's a laser. Helio flatty dude, shot up for later, shot up for later. Flatty dude, shot up for later. I've been around the world and I measure the earth, measure the earth. The devil, he's so clever with words, but level don't never mean curved, it never means curved, and meta from the metaverse, Cause playing Call of Duty help build my immunity up, insurance policy paying you, they usually bluff. I'm not saying they won't do it, but it's usually tough. The last few years I've seen some unusual stuff, but if I mention the shot, you say I'm off the beat. So now I'm beating off to the thoughts of shots in me. What a rotten little awful getting off scot-free. Son of a gun of a bitch I've come to be. Shaking up the game to break up the redundancy. And if it wasn't for work, they'd have no taxes. And if it wasn't for burnt, there'd be no ashes. And if it wasn't for birds, egg be no hatching. And if it wasn't for dirt, there'd be no trap. And if it wasn't for hurts, there'd be no passion. And if it wasn't for learning, then why all the classes? If it wasn't for your purse, yo, I'd have nothing to snatch. And if I don't come in first, then I'm coming in last. I've been around the world, and I measure the earth. The devil, he's so clever with words, but level don't ever mean curved, it never means curved, and meta pause from the man. All these atheists must hate my guts, cause I say to their face, space is fake and stuff. NASA astronauts, everything you say is suspect, cause I suspect you make it up. Not your average FE thespian beast, faster than faggots fasting at a lesbian feast. She that loves me the least will give me nothing to eat, but he that loves me the most will give me something to smoke. This ain't how much your mother loving murder she wrote. The spin of the earth should've made your vertebrae broke. Every word that I spoke you couldn't refute it. Water finds a true level, so you couldn't dilute it. You couldn't dilute it. It can't be refuted. You couldn't dilute it. You couldn't dilute it.
Who the f do you think you are, you crazy little shit? Security?
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
What's the matter? You bums forgot how to kill people? Doesn't your work?
What happened? The song just stopped playing? It's weird. Did the song even play? Hold on one sec. Who's in the comments? What up, Brian? So what's going on, dude? Can you hear me? Did the song play? The whole song, there's no way the whole song played, did it? Now, on my TV, it looks like it cut off. There I am. That was weird. It's like the whole stream just stopped going for a minute. It was like spinning, like buffering on my TV. And I just came back. Oh, well. We're still a few minutes here. Everybody's here. So how's everybody doing? I'm getting texts. I can hear my phone vibrating too. I have no idea where that is. Good luck. Good luck in further me on a text message. All right. So anyway, so yeah, there's something I wanted to share tonight. Well, kinda. I mean, I'm not really like too thrilled about it. I just have something that I'm gonna share. Just taking it back to the basics, you know. I have to play one more song so I can find it. I had to make my coffee, guys. It's just what I do, you know. So people, I still Odyssey. What's my even there that open? All right. So I get it ready. So people always like, I have a lot of newbies here. People always ask me, Ray, why do you think the earth is flat? Well, you know, some people tell me, well, like I'm sold on it, but like I'm not really 100% all the way. Or, you know, why, Ray, what makes you so sure that the earth is flat? Well, we'll go over 200 proofs. Also, I put the link out. I'll put the link out again just in case it didn't go out. If anybody wants to come on and talk about any of this with me. Okay. Slow going here. Slow going. We're getting it moving. Keeping it moving. Doing the bull dance. Feeling the flow. Let me change the background. Try to get this thing working correctly. All right. This is everybody's probably seen this. This is a classic. This is 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball. But I figured that, you know, I had it on my other channel and then they took my channel down, so I figured I'd just put it back up. I know people don't really like Eric Dubé, but I still think this is good work right here.
"200 Proofs Earth is Not a Spinning Ball" by Eric Dubé.
Please excuse his voice and just listen to the information. I know a lot of people say his voice is annoying, but just ignore that and just listen to the information.
1. The horizon always appears perfectly flat 360 degrees around the observer regardless of altitude. All amateur balloon, rocket, plane, and drone footage show a completely flat horizon over 20 plus miles high.
So number one, the horizon is always flat, 360 degrees around.
Only NASA and other government space agencies show curvature in their fake CGI photos and videos. 2. The horizon always rises to the eye level of the observer.
Number 2. The horizon always rises to the eye level of the observer, no matter how high you go,
as altitude is gained, so you never have to look down to see it. If Earth were in fact a globe, no matter how large, as you ascended, the horizon would stay fixed and the observer would have to tilt, looking down further and further to see it. 3. The natural physics of water is to find and maintain its level. If Earth were a giant sphere, tilted, wobbling, and hurtling,
water always finds its own level. Number 3.
through infinite space, then truly flat, consistently level surfaces would not exist here. But since Earth is in fact an extended flat plane, this fundamental physical property of fluids finding and remaining level is consistent with experience and common sense. 4. Rivers run down to sea level, finding the easiest course, north, south, east, west, and all other intermediary directions over the Earth at the same time. If Earth were truly a spinning ball, then many of these rivers would be impossibly flowing uphill. For example, the Mississippi, in its 3,000 miles, would have to ascend 11 miles before reaching the...
So rivers would have to flow uphill. You know what I'm saying? In order to make it a ball.
The Gulf of Mexico. 5. One portion of the Nile River flows for 1,000 miles with a fall of only 1 foot. Parts of the West African Congo, according to the supposed inclination and movement of the ball Earth, would be sometimes running uphill and sometimes down. This would also be the case for the Parana, Paraguay, and other long rivers. 6. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, as NASA and modern astronomy claim, spherical trigonometry dictates the surface of all standing water must curve downward an easily measurable 8 inches per mile, multiplied by the square of the distance. This means along a 6-mile channel of standing water, the Earth would dip 6 feet on either end from the central peak. Every time such experiments have been conducted, however, standing water has proven to be perfectly level. 7. Surveyors, engineers, and architects are never required to factor the supposed curvature of the Earth into their projects. Canals, railways, bridges, and tunnels, for example, are always cut and laid horizontally, often over hundreds of miles without any allowance for curvature. 8. The Suez Canal, connecting the Mediterranean with the Red Sea, is 100 miles long without any locks, making the water an uninterrupted continuation of the two seas. When constructed, the Earth's supposed curvature was not taken into account. It was dug along a horizontal datum line, 26 feet below sea level, passing through several lakes from one sea to the other, with the datum line and the water's surface running perfectly parallel over the 100 miles. 9. Engineer W. Winkler was published in the Earth Review regarding the Earth's supposed curvature, stating, "As an engineer of many years' standing, I saw that this absurd allowance is only permitted in school books. No engineer would dream of allowing anything of the kind. I've projected many miles of railways and many more of canals, and the allowance has not even been thought of, much less allowed for. This allowance for curvature means this, that it is 8 inches for the first mile of a canal and increasing at the ratio by the square of the distance in miles. Thus a small navigable canal for boats, say 30 miles long, will have, by the above rule, an allowance for curvature of 600 feet. Think of that, and then please credit engineers as not being quite such fools. Nothing of the sort is allowed. We no more think of allowing 600 feet for a line of 30 miles of railway or canal than of wasting our time trying to square the circle." 10. The London and Northwestern Railway forms a straight line 180 miles long between London and Liverpool. The railroad's highest point, midway at Birmingham Station, is only 240 feet above sea level. If the world were actually a globe, however, curving 8 inches per mile squared, the 180-mile stretch of rail would form an arc with the center point at Birmingham raised over a mile, a full 5,400 feet above London and Liverpool. 11. A surveyor and engineer of 30 years published in the Birmingham Weekly Mercury stated, "I am thoroughly acquainted with the theory and practice of civil engineering, however bigoted some of our professors may be in the theory of surveying according to the prescribed rules, yet it is well known amongst us that such theoretical measurements are incapable of any practical illustration. All our locomotives are designed to run on what may be regarded as true levels or flats. There are, of course, partial inclines or gradients here and there, but they are always accurately defined and must be carefully traversed. But anything approaching to 8 inches in the mile, increasing as the square of the distance, could not be worked by any engine that was ever yet constructed. Taking one station with
Give it a second. It'll fix itself.
another, all over England and Scotland, it may be stated that all the platforms are on the same relative level. The distance between eastern and western coasts of England may be set down as 300 miles. If the prescribed curvature was indeed as represented, the central stations at Rugby or Warwick ought to be close upon 3 miles higher than a cord drawn from the two extremities. If such was the case, there is not a driver or stoker within the kingdom that would be found to take charge of the train. We can only laugh at those of your readers who seriously give us credit for such venturesome
Pause it for a second to get catch up.
exploits as running trains round spherical curves. Horizontal curves on levels are dangerous enough. Vertical curves would be 1,000 times worse, and with our rolling stock constructed as at present, physically impossible. 12. The Manchester Ship Canal Company, published in the Earth Review, stated, "It is customary in railway and canal constructions for all levels to be referred to a..."
Come on.
Datum, which is nominally horizontal and is so shown on all sections. It is not the practice in laying out public works to make allowances for the curvature of the earth. 13. In a 19th century French experiment by MMBO and Arago, a powerful lamp with good reflectors was placed on the summit of Desierto las Palmas in Spain and able to be seen all the way from Capri on the island of Ibiza. Since the elevation of the 2 points were identical and the distance between covered nearly 100 miles, if the Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the light should have been more than 6,600 feet, a mile and a quarter, below the line of sight. 14. The Lieutenant Colonel Portlock experiment used oxyhydrogen Drummond's lights and heliostats to reflect the sun's rays across stations set up across 108 miles of St. George's Channel. If the Earth were actually a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, Portlock's light should have remained hidden under 1.5 miles of curvature. 15. If the Earth were truly a sphere 25,000 miles in circumference, airplane pilots would have to constantly correct their altitudes downwards so as to not fly straight off into outer space. A pilot wishing to simply maintain their altitude at a typical cruising speed of 500 miles per hour would have to constantly dip their nose downwards and descend 2,777 feet, over half a mile, every minute. Otherwise, without compensation, in 1 hour's time, the pilot would find themselves 31.5 miles higher than expected. 16. The experiment known as Airy's failure proved that stars move relative to a stationary Earth and not the other way around. By first filling a telescope with water to slow down the speed of light inside, then calculating the tilt necessary to get the starlight directly down the tube, Airy failed to prove the heliocentric theory, since the starlight was already coming in the correct angle with no change necessary, and instead proved the geocentric model correct. 17. Olber's paradox states that if there were billions of stars,
Steffi, I'll put it
which
in.
are suns, the
I'll put it
night
in the
sky
chat.
would be filled completely with light. As Edgar Allan Poe said, "Were the succession of stars endless, then the background of the sky would present us a uniform luminosity, since there could exist absolutely no point in all that background at which would not exist a star." In fact, Olber's paradox is no more a paradox than George Airy's experiment was a failure. Both are actually excellent refutations of the heliocentric spinning ball Earth model. 18. The Michelson, Morley, and Sagnac experiments attempted to measure the change in speed of light due to Earth's assumed motion through space. After measuring in every possible different direction in various locations, they failed to detect any significant change whatsoever, again proving the stationary geocentric model. 19. Tycho Brahe famously argued against the heliocentric theory in his time, positing that if the Earth revolved around the Sun, the change in relative position of the stars after 6 months' orbital motion could not fail to be seen. He argued that the stars should seem to separate as we approach and come together as we recede. In actual fact, however, after 190 million miles of supposed orbit around the Sun, not a single inch of parallax can be detected in the stars, proving that we have not moved at all. 20. If Earth were truly constantly spinning eastwards at over 1,000 miles per hour, vertically fired cannonballs and other projectiles should fall significantly due west. In actual fact, however, when this has been tested, vertically fired cannonballs shoot upwards an average of 14 seconds ascending, 14 seconds descending, and fall back to the ground no more than 2 feet away from the cannon, often directly back into the muzzle. 21. If the Earth were truly constantly spinning eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour, helicopters and hot air balloons should be able to simply hover over the surface of the Earth and wait for their destinations to come to them. 22. If Earth were truly constantly spinning eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour, during the Red Bull stratosphere dive, Felix Baumgartner, spending 3 hours ascending over New Mexico, should have landed 2,500 miles west into the Pacific Ocean, but instead landed a few dozen miles east of the takeoff point. 23. Ball believers often claim gravity magically and inexplicably drags the entire lower atmosphere of the Earth in perfect synchronization up to some undetermined height, where this progressively faster spinning atmosphere gives way to the non-spinning, non-gravitized, non-atmosphere of infinite vacuum space. Such nonsensical theories are debunked, however, by rain, fireworks, birds, bugs, clouds, smoke, planes, and projectiles, all of which would behave very differently if both the ball Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastward at 1,000 miles per hour. 24. If Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastward over 1,000 miles per hour, then north-south facing cannons should establish a control, while east-firing cannonballs should fall significantly farther than all others, while west-firing cannonballs should fall significantly closer. In actual fact, however, regardless of which direction cannons are fired, the distance covered is always the same. 25. If Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastwards over 1,000 miles per hour, then the average commercial airliner traveling 500 miles per hour should never be able to reach its eastward destinations before they come speeding up from behind. Likewise, westward destinations should be arrived at thrice the speed, but this is not the case. 26. Quoting Heaven and Earth by Gabrielle Henriette, if flying had been invented at the time of Copernicus, there is no doubt that he would have soon realized that his contention regarding the rotation of the Earth was wrong, on account of the relation existing between the speed of an aircraft and that of the Earth's rotation. If the Earth rotates, as it is said, at 1,000 miles an hour, and a plane flies in the same direction at only 500 miles, it is obvious that its place of destination will be farther removed every minute. On the other hand, if flying took place in the opposite direction to that of the rotation, a distance of 1,500 miles would be covered in 1 hour instead of 500, since the speed of the rotation is to be added to that of the plane. It could also be pointed out that such a flying speed of 1,000 miles an hour, which is supposed to be that of the Earth's rotation, has recently been achieved, so that an aircraft flying at this rate in the same direction as that of the rotation could not cover any ground at all. It would remain suspended in midair over the spot from which it took off, since both speeds are equal. 27. If Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastwards over 1,000 miles per hour, landing airplanes on such fast-moving runways, which face all manner of directions, north, south, east, west, and otherwise, would be practically impossible. Yet, in reality, such fictional concerns are completely negligible. 28. If the Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastwards over 1,000 miles per hour, then clouds, wind, and weather patterns could not casually and unpredictably go every which way, with clouds often traveling in opposing directions at varying altitudes simultaneously. 29. If the Earth and its atmosphere were constantly spinning eastwards over 1,000 miles per hour, this should somewhere, somehow be seen, heard, felt, or measured by someone, yet no one in history has ever experienced this alleged eastward motion. Meanwhile, however, we can hear, feel, and experimentally measure even the slightest westward breeze. 30. In his book South Sea Voyages, Arctic and Antarctic explorer Sir James Clark Ross described his experience on the night of November 27, 1839, and his conclusion that the Earth must be motionless. The sky being very clear, it enabled us to observe the higher stratum of clouds to be moving in an exactly opposite direction to that of the wind, a circumstance which is frequently recorded in our meteorological journal, both in the northeast and southeast trades, and has also often been observed by former voyagers. Captain Basil Hall witnessed it from the summit of the Peak of Tenerife, and Count Strzelecki, on ascending the volcanic mountain of Kyrenia in Owyhee, reached at 4,000 feet an elevation above that of the trade wind, and experienced the influence of an opposite current of air of a different
And that is impossible.
hydrometric and thermometric condition. Count Strzelecki further informed me of the following seemingly anomalous circumstance, that at the height of 6,000 feet he found the current of air blowing at right angles to both the lower strata, also of a different thermometric condition, but warmer than the interstratum. Such a state of the atmosphere is compatible only with the fact which other evidence has demonstrated, that the Earth is at rest. 31. Quoting Zetetic Cosmogony, Thomas Winship states, "Let imagination picture to the mind what force air would have which was set in motion by a spherical body of 8,000 miles in diameter, which in 1 hour was spinning round 1,000 miles per hour, rushing through space at 65,000 miles per hour, and
Come on, get it together. It's just buffering. I know it is. Pause it for a second. Play it again. Give it a minute. Look how flat the Earth is. Give it some time to think. If it's shit the bed, we'll move on. Here it goes.
gyrating across the heavens. Then let conjecture endeavor to discover whether the inhabitants on such a globe could keep their hair on. If the Earth globe rotates on its axis at the terrific rate of 1,000 miles per hour, such an immense mass would of necessity cause a tremendous rush of wind in the space it occupied. The wind would go all one way, and anything like clouds which got within the sphere of influence of the rotating sphere would have to go the same way. The fact that the Earth is at rest is proved by kite flying. 32. If gravity is credited with being a force strong enough to hold the world's oceans, buildings, people, and atmosphere stuck to the surface of a rapidly spinning ball, then it is impossible for gravity to also simultaneously be weak enough to allow little birds, bugs, and planes to take off and travel freely, unabated in any direction. 33. If gravity is credited with being a force strong enough to curve the massive expanse of oceans around a globular Earth, it would be impossible for fish and other creatures to swim through such forcefully held water. 34. Ship captains in navigating great distances at sea never need to factor the supposed curvature of the Earth into their calculations. Both plane sailing and great circle sailing, the most popular navigation methods, use plane, not spherical trigonometry, making all mathematical calculations on the assumption that the Earth is perfectly flat. If the Earth were in fact a sphere, such an errant assumption would lead to constantly glaring inaccuracies. Plane sailing has worked perfectly fine in both theory and practice for thousands of years, however, and plane trigonometry has time and again proven more accurate than spherical trigonometry in determining distances across the oceans. 35. If the Earth were truly a globe, then every line of latitude south of the equator would have to measure a gradual...
We have a visitor. Let me see who it is.
Yes, I just visit.
Oh, what's up, Singe? How you doing, man?
I finally got a connection.
I didn't want to do your story without you. You know what I mean? The whole asteroid thing. But
what? Oh, really?
I wasn't gonna do it without you. I've been just doing the 200 proofs thing. But
I might not have got a connection. You're lucky.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do the asteroid story now, or do you want to finish with 200 proofs?
No, do what you gotta do. I don't care.
Are you in a rush?
That wasn't my thing. I was like, here.
Are you in a rush? I'm saying, are you tired? You gonna try to rush off and go back to sleep or something, or are you up?
I don't know.
Are you in it for the long haul?
I don't know.
You got coffee? Do you got
I'll
coffee?
Sleep for an hour or so.
All right, so let's do your story then. All right. So
it's not my story.
It's your story. You're covering this.
Okay, I see.
You figured this out. All right.
Mad Pie.
You're the reporter.
Steffi P came. All right.
Hey, do you have the link? Can you put the link in the private
Sean,
chat?
look at your dad gave me this hat, Sean.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Sean's dad gave me this hat.
Nice. So people.
Ozzy Osbourne.
So you've been meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne gave me this hat.
You met Ozzy. What was he like? What was he done at Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, he said to me, "Hey, yeah," and I was like, "Totally, man."
Yeah. Little known fact is that Ozzy hangs out at Myrtle Beach a lot, and people see him there all the time. And Singe Man seen him there twice already.
Hey, you know what he got? You know what he got? He told me not to say that. So, when I told you not to get out of it. I love hearing you laugh. That's cool.
Oh man!
Hey, did you show that? Check it out. Space Force.
I need it. Oh, the Space Force flag. I have it. I mean, it's on my phone. I need the links. Put the links in the chat. You want me to take it?
It's up at Myrtle Beach. They put the Space Force flag at Myrtle Beach.
So what do you mean? We type Space Force flag at Myrtle Beach and bring it up?
No, I got a link for that. But
all right, so listen.
Isn't that amazing? They just put it up when I came here. They just put it up when I came here. It wasn't up until I came here. Okay. Then they put up Space Force flag.
But if I play a song, can you put your two links in the chat? The one for the asteroid thing, and the one for the Myrtle Beach flag. So when I come back.
Right
in
now,
the private chat for us, and I'll play some songs right now. I'll play one song, and we'll come right back. We'll get it ready. Thank you. Here we go.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
A lie is a lie, and it don't matter how many dumb people believe it. And the truth is the truth, hiding right out in plain sight, and still people don't see it. Man, this shit got me heated, and I won't stop till the elite are being defeated. They keep us deceived about everything that we think, and they keep it a secret. What we're taught is not conducive with reality. Big bang, evolution, and there's gravity. I tell the truth, and then these motherfuckers laugh at me, telling me the earth is Photoshop because it has to be. Most people accept the deception happily, but what they're doing to us all is a tragedy. God created the heavens and the earth in a verse, but we're living in a Freemasonic galaxy. They say we're monkeys on a ball flying through outer space, but there's no proof, it seems to have vanished without a trace. NASA and other agencies falling down from grace. You can take that bullshit pseudoscience and get out my face. I'm the antisocial type. You're a government prototype. That's why you make it a point to tell me that I'm crazy every time you're angry, cause you know I'm right. I'm standing outside the house of cards about to watch it fall. No more living on a cartoon ball. Horizon means horizontal. Indoctrination is awful because you're taught the glow model. Ever since y'all could crawl. We follow rapists and murderers, liars, thieves, and sun worshippers, saying we can't see curvature cause we're all too small. And though it's never been proven, they say we're ripping and shooting. The earth is spinning and moving. Oh no, not at all. It's a criminal enterprise where deception intensifies. And assholes got us all living like on a cartoon ball.
It is photoshopped, but it has to be.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
They say that we went to the moon 6 times, but pure BS is the way that smelled. Now they're telling us that we can't even leave the planet because of the Van Allen radiation belt. Yeah, okay, sure. NASA, what you lying for? You lying now, you lied before. I can't take this anymore. The only thing they took to space was your imagination. Fake aliens are coming, now they have you waiting. We need to do something about it, no procrastination. Trying to cause the masses to awaken, that's the path I'm taking. But you can see if you check all the percentages. So many people having cognitive dissonance. But that's what happens at the loss of your innocence. Then you get involved with all of this wickedness. They try to do all the humans this way. So are they just idiots? Who is to say? Conditioned by the television, it makes your decisions, opinions, and you just obey. Stuck in the material domain of Satan, where everything in each and every day is pagan. Mandela effect, cause the game is changing. People waking up and now the cage is shaking. The earth is flat, and that is a universal fact. If it isn't that, then tell me where the fuck the curve is at. They tell us that we can't see it because we're all too small. And now we're spinning on a cartoon ball. Horizon means horizontal. Indoctrination is awful because you're taught the glow model. Ever since y'all could crawl. We follow rapists and murderers, liars, thieves, and sun worshippers, saying we can't see curvature cause we're all too small. And though it's never been proven, they say we're ripping and shooting. The earth is spinning and moving. Oh no, not at all. It's a criminal enterprise where deception intensifies. And assholes got us all living like on a cartoon ball.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
Seeing here is a mirage.
It is photoshopped, but it has to be. It is photoshopped, but it has to be. It is photoshopped, but it has to be.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
What's the matter? You bums forgot how to kill people? Doesn't your work mean anything to you anymore? Have you no sense of pride in what you do? No sense of duty? No sense of destiny? I'm looking for generals! What do I got? Foot soldiers!
Gradually smaller and smaller circumference the farther south travel. If, however, the Earth is an extended plane, then every line of latitude south of the equator should measure a gradually larger and larger circumference the farther south traveled. The fact that many captains navigating south of the equator, assuming the globular theory, have found themselves drastically out of reckoning, more so the farther south traveled, testifies to the fact that Earth is not a ball. 36. During Captain James Clark Ross's voyages around the Antarctic circumference, he often wrote in his journal, perplexed at how they routinely found themselves out of accordance with
Yeah, I saw Jen here. What's up, Jen?
They found themselves an
Hippie.
average of 12 to 16
Matt
miles
Pyman.
outside their reckoning every day. Later
David
on, further
Wolf.
south, as much as 29 miles. 37. Lieutenant Charles Wilkes commanded a United States Navy exploration expedition to the Antarctic from 1838 to 1842, and in his journals also mentioned being consistently east of his reckoning, sometimes over 20 miles in less than 18 hours. 38. To quote Reverend Thomas Milner, in the southern hemisphere, navigators to India have often fancied themselves east of the Cape when still west, and have been driven ashore on the African coast, which, according to their reckoning, lay behind them. This misfortune happened to a fine frigate, the Challenger, in 1845. How came Her Majesty's ship Conqueror to be lost? How have so many other noble vessels, perfectly sound, perfectly manned, perfectly navigated, been wrecked in calm weather, not only in dark night or in a fog, but in broad daylight and sunshine? In the former case, upon the coasts, in the latter upon sunken rocks, from being out of reckoning? The simple answer is that Earth is not a ball. 39. Practical distance measurements taken from the Australian Handbook Almanac Shippers and Importers Directory state that the straight-line distance between Sydney and Nelson is 1,550 statute miles. Their given difference in longitude is 22 degrees, 2 minutes, and 14 seconds. Therefore, if 22 degrees, 2 minutes, 14 seconds out of 360 is 1,550 miles, the entirety would measure 25,182 miles. This is not only larger than the ball Earth is said to be at the equator, but a whole 4,262 miles greater than it would be at Sydney's southern latitude on a globe of said proportions. 40. From near Cape Horn, Chile, to Port Phillip in Melbourne, Australia, the distance is 10,500 miles, or 143 degrees of longitude away. Factoring in the remaining degrees to 360 makes for a total distance of 26,430 miles around this particular latitude, which is over 1,500 miles wider than the Earth is supposed to be at the equator, and many more thousands of miles wider than it is supposed to be at such southern latitudes. 41. Similar calculations made from the Cape of Good Hope, South Africa to Melbourne, Australia, at an average latitude of 35.5 degrees south, have given an approximate figure of over 25,000 miles, which is again equal to or greater than the Earth's supposed greatest circumference at the equator. Calculations from Sydney, Australia to Wellington, New Zealand, at an average of 37.5 degrees south, have given an approximate circumference of 25,500 miles, greater still. According to the ball Earth theory, the circumference of the Earth at 37.5 degrees southern latitude should be only 19,757 statute miles, almost 6,000 miles less than such practical measurements. 42. In the ball Earth model, Antarctica is an ice continent which covers the bottom of the ball from 78 degrees south latitude to 90 and is therefore not more than 12,000 miles in circumference. Many early explorers, including Captain Cook and James Clark Ross, however, in attempting Antarctic circumnavigation, took 3 to 4 years and clocked 50 to 60,000 miles around. The British ship Challenger also made an indirect but complete circumnavigation of Antarctica, traversing 69,000 miles. This is entirely inconsistent with the ball model. 43. If Earth was a ball, there are several flights in the southern hemisphere which would have their quickest, straightest path over the Antarctic continent, such as Santiago, Chile, to Sydney, Australia. Instead of taking the shortest, quickest route in a straight line over Antarctica, all such flights detour all manner of directions away from Antarctica, instead claiming the temperatures too cold for airplane travel. Considering the fact that there are plenty of flights to, from, and over Antarctica, and NASA claims to have technology keeping them in conditions both far colder and far hotter than any experienced on Earth, such an excuse is clearly just an excuse, and these flights aren't made because they are impossible. 44. If Earth was a ball and Antarctica was too cold to fly over, the only logical way to fly from Sydney to Santiago would be a straight shot over the Pacific, staying in the southern hemisphere the entire way. Refueling could be done in New Zealand or other southern hemisphere destinations along the way, if absolutely necessary. In actual fact, however, Santiago to Sydney flights go into the northern hemisphere, making stopovers at LAX and other North American airports before continuing back down to the southern hemisphere. Such ridiculously wayward detours make no sense on the globe, but make perfect sense and form nearly straight lines when shown on a flat Earth map. 45. On a ball Earth, Johannesburg, South Africa to Perth, Australia should be a straight shot over the Indian Ocean, with convenient refueling possibilities on Mauritius or Madagascar. In actual practice, however, most Johannesburg to Perth flights curiously stop over either in Dubai, Hong Kong, or Malaysia, all of which make no sense on the ball, but are completely understandable when mapped on a flat Earth. 46. On a ball Earth, Cape Town, South Africa to Buenos Aires, Argentina should be a straight shot over the Atlantic following the same line of latitude across. But instead, every flight goes to connecting locations in the northern hemisphere first, stopping over anywhere from London to Turkey to Dubai. Once again, these make absolutely no sense on the globe, but are completely understandable options when mapped on a flat Earth. 47. On a ball Earth, Johannesburg, South Africa to Sao Paulo, Brazil should be a quick straight shot along the 25th southern latitude, but instead, nearly every flight makes a refueling stop at the 50th degree north latitude in London first. The only reason such a ridiculous stopover works in reality is because the Earth is flat. 48. On a ball Earth, Santiago, Chile to Johannesburg, South Africa should be an easy flight, all taking place below the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Yet every listed flight makes a curious refueling stop in Senegal near the Tropic of Cancer in the north hemisphere first. When mapped on a flat Earth, the reason why is clear to see, however. Senegal is actually directly in a straight line path halfway between the two. 49. If Earth were a spinning ball heated by a sun 93 million miles away, it would be impossible to have simultaneously sweltering summers in Africa, while just a few thousand miles away, bone-chilling frozen Arctic and Antarctic winters experiencing little to no heat from the sun whatsoever. If the heat from the sun traveled 93 million miles to the Sahara Desert, it is absurd to assert that another 4,000 miles, 0.00004% further to Antarctica would completely negate such sweltering heat, resulting in such drastic differences. 50. If the Earth were truly a globe, the Arctic and Antarctic polar regions and areas of comparable latitude north and south of the equator should share similar conditions and characteristics, such as comparable temperatures, seasonal changes, length of daylight, plant and animal life. In reality, however, the Arctic and Antarctic regions and areas of comparable latitude north and south of the equator differ greatly in many ways, entirely inconsistent with the ball model and entirely consistent with the flat model. 51. Antarctica is by far the coldest place on Earth, with an average annual temperature of approximately minus 57 degrees Fahrenheit and a record low of minus 135.8. The average annual temperature at the North Pole, however, is a comparatively warm 4 degrees. Throughout the year, temperatures in the Antarctic vary less than half the amount at comparable Arctic latitudes. The northern Arctic region enjoys moderately warm summers and manageable winters, whereas the southern Antarctic region never even warms enough to melt the perpetual snow and ice. On a tilting, wobbling ball Earth spinning uniformly around the sun, Arctic and Antarctic temperatures and seasons should not vary so greatly. 52. Iceland, at 65 degrees north latitude, is home to 870 species of native plants and abundant various animal life. Compare this with the Isle of Georgia at just 54 degrees south latitude, where there are only 18 species of native plants and animal life is almost non-existent. The same latitude as Canada or England in the north, where dense forests of various tall trees abound, the infamous Captain Cook wrote of Georgia that he was unable to find a single shrub large enough to make a toothpick. Cook wrote, "Not a tree was to be seen. The lands which lie to the south are doomed by nature to perpetual frigidness, never to feel the warmth of the sun's rays, whose horrible and savage aspect I have not words to describe, Even marine life is sparse in certain tracts of vast extent, and the seabird is seldom observed flying over such lonely wastes. The contrasts between the limits of organic life in the Arctic and Antarctic zones is very remarkable and significant. 53. At places of comparable latitude north and south, the sun behaves very differently than it would on a spinning ball Earth, but precisely how it should on a flat Earth. For example, the longest summer days north of the equator are much longer than those south of the equator, and the shortest winter days north of the equator are much shorter than the shortest south of the equator. This is inexplicable on a uniformly spinning, wobbling ball Earth, but fits exactly on a flat model with the sun traveling circles over and around the Earth from tropic to tropic. 54. At places of comparable latitude north and south, dawn and dusk happen very differently than they would on a spinning ball, but precisely how they should on a flat Earth. In the north, dawn and dusk come slowly and last far longer than in the south, where they come and go very quickly. Certain places in the north, twilight can last for over an hour, while at comparable southern latitudes, within a few minutes the sunlight completely disappears. This is inexplicable on a uniformly spinning, wobbling ball Earth, but is exactly what is expected on a flat Earth with the sun traveling faster, wider circles over the south and slower, narrower circles over the north. 55. If the sun circles over and around the Earth every 24 hours, steadily traveling from tropic to tropic every 6 months, it follows that the northern central region would annually receive far more heat and sunlight than the southern circumferential region. Since the sun must sweep over the larger southern region in the same 24 hours it has to pass over the smaller northern region, its passage must necessarily be proportionally faster as well. This perfectly explains the differences in Arctic and Antarctic temperatures, seasons, length of daylight, plant and animal life. This is why the Antarctic morning, dawn, and evening twilight are very abrupt compared to the north, and this explains why many midsummer Arctic nights the sun does not set at all. 56. The midnight sun is an Arctic phenomenon occurring annually during the summer solstice, where for several days straight, an observer significantly far enough north can watch the sun traveling circles overhead, rising and falling in the sky throughout the day, but never fully setting for upwards of 72 plus hours. If the Earth were actually a spinning globe revolving around the sun, the only place such a phenomenon as the midnight sun could be observed would be at the poles. Any other vantage point from 89 degrees latitude downwards could never, regardless of any tilt or inclination, see the sun for 24 hours straight. To see the sun for an entire revolution on a spinning globe at a point other than the poles, you would have to be looking through miles and miles of land and sea for part of the revolution. 57. The establishment claims the midnight sun is experienced in Antarctica, but they conveniently do not have any uncut videos showing this, nor do they allow independent explorers to travel to Antarctica during the winter solstice to verify or refute these claims. Conversely, there are dozens of uncut videos publicly available showing the Arctic midnight sun, and it has been verified beyond any shadow of a doubt. 58. The Royal Belgian Geographical Society, in their Expedition Antarctique Belge, recorded that during the most severe part of the Antarctic winter, from 71 degrees south latitude onwards, the sun sets on May 17th and is not seen above the horizon again until July 21st. This is completely at odds with the ball Earth theory, but easily explained by the flat Earth model. The midnight sun is seen from high altitudes in extreme northern latitudes during Arctic summer because the sun, at its innermost cycle, is circling tightly enough around the polar center that it remains visible above the horizon for someone at such a vantage point. Likewise, in extreme southern latitudes during Arctic summer, the sun completely disappears from view for over 2 months because there, at the northern tropic, the innermost arc of its boomerang journey, the sun is circling the northern center too tightly to be seen from the southern circumference. 59. Quoting Gabrielle Henriette, the theory of the rotation of the Earth may once and for all be definitely disposed of as impracticable by pointing out the following inadvertence. It is said that the rotation takes 24 hours and that its speed is uniform, in which case, necessarily, days and nights should have an identical duration of 12 hours each all the year round. The sun should invariably rise in the morning and set in the evening at the same hours, with the result that it would be the equinox every day from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. One should stop and reflect on this before saying that the Earth has a movement of rotation. How does the system of gravitation account for the seasonal variations in the length of days and nights if the Earth rotates at a uniform speed in 24 hours? 60. Anyone can prove the sea horizon perfectly straight and the Earth perfectly flat using nothing more than a level, tripods, and a wooden plank. At any altitude above sea level, simply fix a 6 to 12 foot long, smooth, leveled board edgewise upon tripods and observe the skyline from eye level behind it. The distant horizon will always appear perfectly level with the upper edge of the board. Furthermore, if you move in a half circle from one end of the board to the other, whilst observing the skyline over the upper edge, you'll be able to trace a clear, flat 10 to 20 miles depending on your altitude. This would be impossible if the Earth were a globe 25,000 miles in circumference. The horizon would align over the center of the board, but then gradually, noticeably decline towards the extremities. Just 10 miles on each side would necessitate an easily visible curvature of 66.6 feet from each end to the center. 61. If the Earth were actually a big ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the horizon would be noticeably curved even at sea level, and everything on or approaching the horizon would appear to tilt backwards slightly from your perspective. Distant buildings along the horizon would all look like leaning towers of Pisa falling away from the observer. A hot air balloon taking off, then drifting steadily away from you on a ball Earth would slowly and constantly appear to lean back more and more the farther away it flew, the bottom of the basket coming gradually into view as the top of the balloon disappears from sight. In reality, however, buildings, balloons, trees, people, anything and everything at right angles to the ground and horizon remain so, regardless the distance or height of the observer. 62. Samuel Rowbotham's experiments at the Old Bedford level proved conclusively the canal's water to be completely flat over a 6-mile stretch. First, he stood in the canal with his telescope held 8 inches above the surface of the water. Then his friend in a boat with a 5-foot-tall flag sailed the 6 miles away. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the 6-mile stretch of water should have comprised an arc exactly 6 feet high in the middle, so the entire boat and flag should have ultimately disappeared, when in fact the entire boat and flag remained visible at the same height for the entire journey. 63. In a second experiment, Dr. Rowbotham affixed flags 5 feet high along the shoreline, one at every mile marker. Then, using his telescope mounted at 5 feet just behind the first flag, looked over the tops of all 6 flags, which lined up in a perfectly straight line. If the Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the flags should have progressively dipped down after the first establishing line of sight. The second would have descended 8 inches, 32 inches for the third, 6 feet for the fourth, 10 feet 8 inches for the fifth, and 16 feet 8 inches.
I put his link in the chat. This is 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball by Eric Dubé. And this is basically like the most classic, one of the foundations of like flat Earth at this point. Like for me, I mean, maybe not for the older people, but for me, like this is where like one of the first things I heard of where he just lays it out thick. Like he just like normally, like, you know, a lot of people charge for this type of information. You go to the flat Earth festivals, they tell you this type of stuff. But like Eric put it out for free. And then, you know, people call him a shill. But like, let me tell you one thing. I don't know him. I don't think I ever spoke with him, maybe once or twice in the chats or whatever. But I've always shared his videos and he's never copyright struck me or claimed anything or tried. He's never even given me a copyright claim. He lets me share all of his videos for free. He doesn't bother me about it. So, like, I know, you know, most people do that, but if he was a shill, I would think he'd be, like, copyright claiming shit. You know, you'd see it, copyright claim, you look it up and feel like Eric Dubé. It doesn't ever say that. So, I don't know. And he's not advertising anything. He's just laying you, giving you flat Earth proofs one after the other. Rapid speed. Oh, and you know what else? Whenever I play his videos, I get a big amount of trolls in the chat like the next day, or like you'll see in a little while trolls might show up. Like, now that they know, if someone notices this is on, you'll see. There'll be like a whole special group of trolls that show up just for him. And get ready for them, people with wrenches. Let's go.
64. Quoting Earth Not a Globe by Samuel Robotham, it is known that the horizon at sea, whatever distance it may extend to the right and left of the observer on land, always appears as a straight line. The following experiment has been tried in various parts of the country. At Brighton, on a rising ground near the racecourse, 2 poles were affixed in the...
Really, period. What do you mean? Where are the stats? Where are the stats of the video? Where are the stats? Type it in. Where are the stats? Where do I find that?
The earth 6 yards apart and directly opposite the sea. Between these poles a line was tightly stretched parallel to the horizon. From the center of the line the view embraced not less than 20 miles on each side, making a distance of 40 miles. A vessel was observed sailing directly westwards. The line cut the rigging a little above the bulwarks, which it did for several hours or until the vessel had sailed the whole...
I would sign a record deal if I could. I definitely would. I don't give a fuck.
Distance of 40 miles. The ship coming into view from the east would have to ascend an inclined plane for 20 miles until it arrived at the center of the arc, whence it would have to descend for the same distance. The square of 20 miles multiplied by 8 inches gives 266 feet as the amount the vessel would be below the line at the beginning and at the end of the 40 miles. 65. Also quoting Dr. Robotham. On a shore near Waterloo, a few miles to the north of Liverpool, a good telescope was fixed at an elevation of 6 feet above the water. It was directed to a large steamer just leaving the River Mersey and sailing out to Dublin. Gradually, the masthead of the receding vessel...
Oh, so Michael Joshua knows him. So what do you think about him? You a fan, Michael Joshua? I'm not to put you on the spot, but are you an Eric Dubé fan? I'm an Eric Dubé fan. I'm an Eric Dubé fan. I'm just letting you. I don't know. A lot of people don't like him. I don't know. They just hate on me for liking him. But I'm a fan of him. I don't know about you guys.
Came nearer to the horizon until, at length, after more than 4 hours had elapsed, it disappeared. The ordinary rate of sailing of the Dublin steamers was fully 8 miles an hour, so that the vessel would be at least 32 miles distant when the masthead came to the horizon. The 6 feet of elevation of the telescope would require 3 miles to be deducted for convexity, which would leave 29 miles, the square of which multiplied by 8 inches gives 560 feet, deducting 80 feet for the height of the main mast, and we find that, according to the doctrine of rotundity, the masthead of the outward bound steamer should have been 480 feet below the horizon. Many other experiments of this kind have been made upon sea-going steamers, and always with results entirely incompatible with the theory that the Earth is a globe. 66. Dr. Robotham conducted several other experiments using telescopes, spirit levels, sextants, and theodolites, special precision instruments used for measuring angles in horizontal or vertical planes. By positioning them at equal heights, aimed at each other successively, he proved over and over the Earth to be perfectly flat for miles without a single inch of curvature. His findings caused quite a stir in the scientific community, and thanks to 30 years of his efforts, the shape...
Well, usually when someone has a lot of trolls like that follow them around, that means they're good. That means they're like going around to other channels and they're hitting things and they're hitting the nail on the head. That's what that usually means.
Of the Earth became a hot topic of debate around the turn of the 19th century. 67. The distance across the Irish Sea from the Isle of Man's Douglas Harbour to Great Orme's Head in North Wales is 60 miles. If the Earth was a globe, then the surface of the water between them would form a 60-mile arc, the center towering 1,944 feet higher than the coastlines at either end. It is well known and easily verifiable, however, that on a clear day from a modest altitude of 100 feet, the Great Orme's Head is visible from Douglas Harbour. This would be completely impossible on a globe of 25,000 miles. Assuming the 100-foot altitude causes the horizon to appear approximately 13 miles off, the 47 miles remaining means the Welsh coastline should still fall an impossible 1,472 feet below the line of sight. 68. The Philadelphia skyline is clearly visible from Apple Pie Hill in the New Jersey Pine Barrens 40 miles away. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, factoring in the 205-foot elevation of Apple Pie Hill, the Philly skyline should remain well hidden beyond 335 feet of curvature. 69. The New York City skyline is clearly visible from Harriman State Park's Bear Mountains 60 miles away. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, viewing from Bear Mountains 1,200.
Yeah, I don't know, if you see anything wrong with any of this, call it out. Call it out like you see it. If he says anything that, because like some people have said to me, because I people on BitChute are real assholes, like some of the people that leave comments, real dicks. And they said, oh, most of this has been debunked, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, then how so? And I got no answer. So, if you see anything wrong with any of this, you let me know. Just put it in the chat. Go ahead. Feel free to speak your mind. Feel free to say whatever you want here. If you want to join the show, now that it seems like more people have shown up, or at least different people. Let me see if I'll put the link out again. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute. It's a lot of information to take in all at once. We'll just move. We'll move along gradually. Okay. All right. I'm not sure if Singeman is gonna show back up yet. I'm gonna put out the invite again. What do we got? All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna play the whole video though, because I want to get it on here. So, what do we got?
Sacred symmetry and rows of circles. No rehearsal. I'll be the first to mention every second of the day.
How's it going? Ray, Dave, everybody.
How you doing?
Good to see you. How's some
chilling. Sorry.
Muted, mate. You back?
Am I still muted? I'm back. All right, hold
You're
on one
back.
second. Let me come back to where you guys are at. All right, before we get into the meaty part of the discussion here, because the Singeman isn't coming back, it looks like. I gave him time. All right, so you're from the land of bath salts and synthetic drugs and K2, right? Because in Australia they make it a lot because it's hard to get drugs into the country. Is that the deal? They make a lot of drugs.
Everything's illegal, man. Unless it comes from a doctor, man. Everything's illegal. Man.
So that's what
we can't
that's
even
what that
get,
video's.
we can't even.
That's what
get,
that video's about. The video's
it's
about the dangers of bath salts.
Yeah, apricot seeds are banned.
What's up, David Wolf? What's up, David Wolf? How you doing?
Hey, Dave.
Good, man. How you doing?
Can I hardly hear you,
You want to
man?
hear something? You want to hear something cool, David Wolf? Because I know that you're the only one that will probably even understand. The other day, you know how I played that Slane interview on here? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I played a Slane interview that he just did the other day on here, and then Big Shug contacted me. How ill is that? You know who Big Shug is from Gangstar?
Yeah.
Like one of the original. He's from Boston. He's like one of the original dudes, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
This is so cool.
What do you think?
I've been just talking to him. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah. He might be still in Boston. I don't even know.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, man. I grew up listening to them.
I was like
the Boston crew, right? Yeah.
He's from Boston, but yeah,
yeah.
He basically grew up in New York, but he's passed away now.
Yeah. Go back in and go out and come back in. Go out and come back in.
Your audio is breaking up.
I thought it might be my fault, but it's not. It's not. I thought it might have fixed itself, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm getting like every second word, man. Yeah,
I can't deal with that. I can't. It's like a skipping record. So how you doing, Mad Pie Man? It must be.
Yeah,
it's getting late, huh? When you pop in, I know what time it is. It's like I lose track of the time. So we've been going over flat Earth proofs all night.
It's 4:26 p.m. Yeah, not late.
Me and Singeman are actually working on a good show. That's why we're keeping it on the DL, and we've just been every night. I've been just coming on and just doing these like small little shows. Last night I came on at like 4 a.m.
It's cool, man.
I didn't. Yeah, I love it. But we're working on something good. We have something good coming up. Probably tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, you guys want to see something cool?
You got a good partner in Singe, man. He's on it.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't flake.
Pyridine oxide.
Look at this.
Said he's made you an intro, man. Too. Did you see that?
Where is it? No,
in the chat before, man. He said he's working on an intro for your show, man.
Oh yeah. I asked him to.
Look at Ray. Just like, look at it.
That's a nice bud, man. That's nice outdoor. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's good. That's like what I get, man. Yeah.
That's a Flat Earth Farms.
Yeah, man. I got some outdoor like that, man, from a friend. Yeah.
Hold on.
I love outdoor, man. I don't want chemicals, man.
Yeah, but what I was thinking is, for outdoor, does that mean that there's more chemicals or less chemicals? Because if you're growing like a big field of pot, right, like 4,000 plants or so, say, just to estimate, wouldn't you have to spray that shit down with a lot of nutrients to get to grow like a field without having to?
You grow naturally as possible, man. You just gotta do everything organic.
You probably gotta, Dave Wolf. What do you think? Wouldn't you spray that fucker down every day with nutrients every fucking day? If you had a big field of pot?
Well,
natural
I
fertilizer,
would spray
man.
the shit out of it.
I don't know how to grow pot, unfortunately, but I like when meters and stuff do that naturally. Maybe a little bit.
I had a friend, man, who died of cancer. He was the best fucking grower.
Yeah, you don't use that.
And he only grew outdoors, and man, his plants, man, they were Christmas trees, man. It was like a field of corn, man, in his backyard. In like two big garden, two like say 10-foot square garden beds, right? And that man, it was like fucking corn. It was like fucking 8 foot high, man. Fucking and just thick as fuck, man. Like 20 plants, man, and it looked like a jungle, man. No
was
shit.
he spraying that shit on the plants to get the bugs off? Is that what you're talking about?
Who, me?
That you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to, that freaking spray they spray on all the plants to keep the bugs away.
Yeah, well, you'd hope people that are growing outdoors, man, aren't poisoning the plants, man. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, man. It's hard to get anything naturally.
I want to see your guys' opinion on this one thing though, real quick, because I talked about it in the thumbnail, so I have to like say I'm like trying to be deceptive. All right, largest asteroid to approach Earth in 2022 will zoom past our planet this week.
Oh yeah.
Another asteroid is coming.
Look out! Get under your desk.
Here it comes. Oh my God. Look, scientists are testing whether it is possible to knock an asteroid off course.
It's always missed.
Look, they're trying to
just missed.
They're trying to knock an
they're trying to knock an asteroid off course again. Hold on, let's see what this is. Let's see.
Send Clint Eastwood up there and Tommy Lee Jones.
Hold on. Let me start this over. This is the deal. This is what we got going on now.
It's
They're trying to tell
probably
us we're gonna
it's
get
probably
hit.
Elon's Roadster, man. Probably not even an asteroid. Elon's Roadster's coming back into orbit.
I don't buy into this at all.
You don't believe there's a car in space? What's wrong with you?
No. They couldn't even get there if that was the case. And the thing would be ripped to shreds, bro.
That's the first thing you got to ask anyone who thinks NASA is, the best thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
That
know?
video didn't. That video didn't prove anything.
That doesn't
to me.
show fuck all.
Me
It looks like
personally,
they just
I don't know.
It looks like they just shine a fucking light at the camera.
Yo, hey, just imagine what NASA gets a day, how much hunger we could cut down. Imagine that, bro.
66 million a day, isn't it? Or 67 million a day, I think.
Nice. I was hoping Voynich was.
Imagine.
I was hoping Voynich was gonna show
Voynich.
up. Hold on.
What's going on, brother?
Because we're gonna look. Because we're gonna check.
Oh.
Because we're gonna check in with Keith again. He's here. No, he's here. He'll be here. Hold on.
Hey, he'll be back.
Where is he? Where is he?
Imagine how much food that would.
Is he here?
Hold on. That's crazy, man.
It's very glitchy tonight, Voynich.
Here he is.
Let me stop screen sharing. Let his ass in.
Hey.
Stop the screen share.
Yo.
My computer's
What's going on?
misbehaving.
Fist pumps.
He still looks like a black screen to me. Is he here? Can you see? There he is. What's
no
going
elbow
on,
bumps though, man.
How you
Fuck the
doing,
elbow
man?
bump.
Look at that handsome man. Look at him. Man,
Well,
he's
you
got more
know,
hair than I do.
We have
Look at
19 people.
It's the start of another beautiful day in this lovely country.
I'm catching you, Dave. I'm fucking losing it. It's fucking all
Yeah,
going.
but you still got a good mullet. What the fuck?
I just got the fucking. I got the Trump comb over from the front to the back, man. It's just covering just. Nearly.
Look at Ray. He's like, I'm all good. I got hair. Woo wee.
A little bit.
I've
A little bit.
had a haircut for like
I
5
shaved
years,
too.
man.
I had more.
I'm fading, bro.
I haven't cut my hair in 5 years, man. You can't
Oh,
even tell.
you mean you're going bald? I'm going bald on the back though. I have a bald
Watch
spot in
your
the
mouth,
back.
now.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
You can wear a
You got
small
plenty.
hat.
You got plenty of hair, Ray. You got plenty,
Damn,
mate. You won't go
Illuminati.
bald.
I could, yeah. We're smart, yeah. We want.
You'll go grey, man. You're gonna get grey hair,
I don't wear
man.
hats all the time, dude.
You're gonna get thick grey hair, Ray.
All right,
You grow it.
That's one thing I don't
All right, well, I got an
got
idea.
bald head, no gray hair.
Yeah, later, man. It comes. Either you go bald or you go
shouldn't
grey,
have
man.
said that.
That's how it goes, brother. There's no getting away from it.
All right. So I'm gonna You guys want to see?
We all
some
go
plants?
grey eventually.
Hold on. We get this.
Some later than others.
What you got for us? What you got for us?
I'll show you. We're gonna go back to my boy. Remember my boy that we were watching the other night? We're gonna go watch him again. We didn't finish because it got too early in the morning here. But there's some grow rooms and some stuff like that, boy. So you might as well check this out. I like to keep it serious, and then when sometimes I just like to look at pot. The weed industry, all kinds of shit. The rap industry.
Yeah, your mate's video, man, that you were sharing. Yeah, that was good, man.
Yeah,
What's his name?
That's what I'm going.
Graham
Keith.
Laham or something. Keith Raham. or
Keith
something?
Laham.
Laham.
Yeah, I'm bringing him up right now. He has a cool channel. He doesn't really do like YouTube a lot, but he just upload he did it for his Greentown Beantown business.
Yeah.
I'm sharing the audio, which I should other than that. All right,
Oh yeah, I should. All right, so what's this right here? This looks like it's a short. So yeah, like this is from like 2 years ago. He's got like a growing mantis for his plants to take care of the bugs, I think.
Fucking birds.
Yeah, those things are awesome, man. If you could kill him one of those, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I see them, man.
World meet Reefy. Reefy meet the world.
That's a big one. Fuck.
Hey, buddy.
Oh my god, I just got the best picture. Look at that. Look at
The king of the bugs.
They are awesome, though. They're so cool.
Oh no, it didn't show you the right one. Hold on, it's this one. That's the one I want. It's like you're standing on your hand.
World meet Reefy. Reefy meet the world. Hey, buddy.
Oh my god, I just got the best picture. Look at that. Look at
Reefy.
I don't know if that's real, though. The way that thing turns its head is kind of
Hey,
weird.
Reef. Something, little bud.
They keep the bugs off your plants, man. Yeah.
No, I know, but the way that thing turned its head kind of looked weird.
Oh, it didn't show you.
I've watched these things growing up, and I'm pretty sure. Well, Ray has seen them too, dude. New England, we have them all over the place. But dude, they look like green beans or like little leaves,
Yeah.
dude.
You couldn't hear me. Yeah, but listen, this is my friend Keith right here, right? He's from Boston, and he's my buddy that I grew up with like my entire life. We were best friends. I've known him since we were little. Like he's not just a random dude. And now he owns his own business. Now he owns his own business called Greentown Beantown, and he's a grower. He's the one who taught me how to grow originally.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The original one who taught me how to grow. He taught us all how to grow. Me and a bunch of people.
Is there an echo on my end?
Yeah, because I'm screen sharing, there'll be an echo. If you put in headphones, it'll go away.
What's up, everybody? Just came from a radio show in Vermont. Boy, am I fucking tired because I did not sleep last night at all. Look at where we are. Ooh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful out here. Oh, look, it's me in the mirror, in a phone, in the mirror, in a phone, in the mirror, in a phone, in the mirror. Oh, shit, there's a fucking hay house up there. They made that shit out of hay. Yeah, look at this. I would have been booting down this shit at about 200 miles an hour had this fucking weather not come up on us. All right, guys. I'm going to go live when I get a little closer. We were on the radio show, in the weeds. Cool-ass motherfuckers. Thought I saw a bear. Cool-ass motherfuckers. Shout out. Oh, my God. All right, I'm off this shit before I kill myself. Peace.
So that was just like, I don't know, like his ride home, I guess, after he went to the...
What's up, everybody?
Radio show. First, he's starting to do good. He's trying to get it, he's trying to get his business up.
Just came from radio show.
We were going
Vermont.
through...
Boy, am I fucking...
Hold on. The other night we were going through, David, what it takes to get like a weed license, and this is basically like he basically made like a channel that's like a blog on fucking how to get a weed license. He got one. You know what I'm saying? He's a grower in Massachusetts
that's
now.
cool. Yeah.
So so if you watch it in order, you can kind of see. I mean, he's not perfect.
He helps people. He helps people get licenses, man. Yeah.
Now he has his own business where he grows. He's got his own license. He grows weed. He sells products.
Yeah.
He does all kinds of crazy. He's a big grower. But I'm trying to look.
Yeah, nice.
He has other channels too. But let's see what this is. So this one's only a minute long.
He deserves more views, man. That's for sure.
He doesn't care about it. He doesn't care about YouTube.
Yeah. It's funny though, isn't it, man? Like the best people, man, they've got tiny channels. You know.
Is this the same one? I wonder if this is the same one.
What's up, everybody? Just came from a radio show in Vermont. Boy, am I fucking tired because I did not sleep last night at all. Look at where we are. Ooh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful out here.
That's one we just watched. All right.
Yeah, same video, man.
Yeah, it's just 2 lanes, man, all the way to Maine.
It's being. I don't want to lose. Here we go. All right. So grow room cleaning, that one. Look, this is a town board meeting in Lowell, Mass.
No, that's not bird.
Oh, yeah, we did it. We got it. They passed us.
Number 1, baby.
Yeah,
No, it's
down,
Kyrie.
Greentown.
No,
yeah.
that's not bird.
Oh, yeah, we did it. We got it.
So they passed his weed license to grow and whatever sell in the state or whatever it is. So he was psyched after that. Then he met a squirrel and his name was Little Guy. This one's funny. This is like in the Boston Common where this is where like I go all the time where you guys always see me walking through and I film like mud flood buildings. This is what he does in the Boston Common.
What's up, y'all? We are on Boston Commons. Happy 420 to everybody.
Oh, I know what's going on. So he just said happy 420 to everybody see how there's a lot of people there. You see that's where I'm usually the park where I usually go in film.
Yeah.
Well, on 420 they have like this big smoke sesh up there where everybody knows where you go there at 420 on 420, and there's like just a ton of people just show up there with weed. It's crazy.
Same here, man.
A bunch of people.
Yeah,
On 420 at 420 at 420. Go there.
And this same thing happens, man.
Ah, we got the blind guy with us today. Timmy, we saw another blind guy. Can we get you to fight with him? All right, guys. There's another blind guy over there, and we're going to have you fight him. Where? Over there. He was like, dude, fuck that blind kid. He was like, fuck him. He thinks he's blind. He was like, I'm fucking blind.
All right, dude. Hey,
I got your back. And then we'll just put you in front and make him swing at the air.
Exactly. Where is he?
Best ride ever. You almost landed.
Oh, yeah, dude. All right,
Oh, the fun we're going to have fucking with Timmy.
Oh man, people are gonna get pissed at me for picking on a blind guy. So you started like explaining like.
Oh yeah, I'm like parentheses. Timmy is totally good with us fucking with the blind guy.
It is, I promise.
Oh, check out these squirrels. These squirrels are nuts, man. Oh, look at that little guy.
Oh, that's just coming out of his window.
Come here, little guy. Come here. Come here and check out these squirrels. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, cool, man.
Only Keith could do this. I'm telling you. I mean,
It's a friendly
no
squirrel,
one.
man.
No, it's Keith. It's Keith, man. He
Yeah.
does shit like this all the time with
know, right?
animals.
Don't we got anything in this bag?
The animals love him.
Let's give him some
Animals know,
herbs.
man. They can sense good people, man. I talk to birds every day, man. They visit me all the time.
What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah, they can sense
Have
good and
something
bad.
in this baggie that we can feed this squirrel. We should get a little Beantown, Greentown fucking shirt and put it on.
He's
his
gonna
ass.
give him a nug.
Oh, he needs better breath. Let's give him some gum. Have a piece of gum? Come get the piece of gum.
What do you want, dude? Come on. You want some nugs?
No way, man. No way.
It's okay, buddy.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy shit, isn't it?
Man, it's just a little nug right here for you.
He's like, I don't know. I kind of like this guy. Oh, go ahead. Come get it. Come get it.
Fuck this shit, they're bought it.
Boston Mass, cutest in the world.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, man. Like, we
I
don't have
almost got out of
squirrels,
it,
but
hold
I know they don't stand still, man. They
They're
don't come
kind of
close to
scary,
you.
dude. They're like giant rats, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's even messing around with him, but he's like that. My dog used to love him. He used to come over my house, and like my dog was a giant pit bull, and he had a giant pit bull. We both had giant pit bulls. We
Yeah.
couldn't have them together because they try to hump each other and fight. My pit bull would try to hump it. Yeah, that's what the male pit bulls do when you bring them together. They try to hump each other, and then they go at each other's throat. But we tried it a few times, and we just couldn't have it. But after that, I would go to his house and he'd come to my house.
Don't put two male pit bulls together. That's not a good idea, man.
No. But I loved his pit bull, and he loved my pit bull. And he would come over and he'd rub my dog on his belly, and my dog would be laying there. People would be afraid of my dog, and Keith would be like, my dog loved Keith. My dog loved Keith.
Dude, I used to have a Rottweiler, man, and my little Chihuahua used to fucking pee on his face, dude. He'd like literally with his leg fucking pee on him, dude. And they were both. It was weird, man. I'm like, yo, why are you peeing on him, dude? He's like, you don't fit your neck.
Take
that. It
It
was crazy, but for some reason, I think the Rottweiler knew he was older.
What's up,
and, I don't know. He's little. It is weird, man. My little Gizmo.
Yeah. All right.
Back to fire, Keith. Beantown, Greentown.
He's got T-shirts now. He's got T-shirts now.
God. And we're gonna bust some ass. Massachusetts has a 12-plant maximum. I'm gonna show you.
I wonder what that says. Smokey what? Let's see. Let's check that out again. I wonder, is that residue for Smokey the Bear?
And
Smokey the Bear, dude. That's who it is.
But it just says.
All the way. Because you get a better look at it.
Let's see.
There you go.
Beantown, Greentown, and it just says Yoki, Toki, but it doesn't say Toki. It doesn't say Toki Bear or Toki the Bear. I wonder what he remembers. No, but I'm saying it changed. He's still around. It just changed from. It used to be Smokey the Bear. Now
I know,
he's
dude.
just.
I got a picture on my YouTube channel, dude.
Now he's just Smoke. Yeah. Now he's just Smokey.
Now he's Smokey Bear.
It was always Smokey the Bear, bro. Come on.
Yeah, love to God, and we're gonna bust some ass. Massachusetts has a 12-plant maximum. I'm gonna show you how stupid a 12-plant maximum is. Because really, Some people can grow plants that are going to grow more than on one plant. And you're going to find on fucking, some people can grow more on one plant than you're going to find on 5 plants, 6 plants, or whatever. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go where the magic happens. Oh, yeah. The magic room. This is where we develop strains for Beantown, Greentown, in Boston, Mass.
That's a forest.
420 loud smoke boys and all that good shit. Over here is our flagship strain, Boston Massacre. Shit means a lot to us. Boston Massacre. Not only the riot, you know what? I'll tell you the story out there. Magic. What's up, guys? I'm back. So, Boston Massacre. We worked on it for a long time. 5, 6 years now. 420 Industries just got their micro business, Lowell, Massachusetts. We're a bunch of growers from Boston. We feel like we deserve the chance to do this. So we're going to bust ass and do it right. So anyways, Boston Massacre. Means a lot to us. Not only was it the riot that kicked off the Revolutionary War, leading directly to our country, but it was, especially these days, it has a lot of meaning. A lot of us
I'm trying to fix it. Hold on.
Especially these days, it has a lot of meaning. A lot of us are ethnic. I guess, for lack of a better term, black, white, I'm seeing. And kind of get best of both worlds.
They're killing me. Hold on. Let me rewind them a lot. Because it was all chopped up.
Lowell, Massachusetts. We're a bunch of growers from Boston.
We're screwing with you, right?
A chance to do it.
Right.
I'm just trying to get it to play. It's not playing. It's chopped.
So we're gonna bust ass and do it right. So anyways, Boston Massacre.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how it's doing it on this video.
Not only was it the riot that kicked off the Revolutionary War.
Trash mashers. The trash mashers.
Leading directly to our country, but it was, especially these days, it has a lot of meaning. A lot of us are ethnic. I guess, for lack of a better term, white. I'm seeing.
Now you know what we should do? Everybody mute and turn your
Yeah, I'll turn the cams off, man.
White privilege, still minority status. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Boston Massacre. To us, stands for all people.
I don't think it was you guys, but yeah, you can try it. I think it's his video.
Murdered by police.
It could be.
And everything else.
But you try it too.
Our country's now going through a new revolution.
I put myself out of very low resolution.
Cannabis leading the way. Shit. Historical time.
It's almost done. It's only.
And we're lucky to live it. Like you
could
could
have been him when you were doing it live. It was buffering.
I think it's just this video. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think it's him when he was doing it live. It was just buffering or something.
Yeah, because yeah, I think so too.
You're being screwed with, man, because you're trying to share love you know, with a fellow Bostonian man. You know what I mean? And a friend. You know?
Well, yeah, he's my buddy, but I mean, I'm sure he doesn't carry the way if I share stuff.
No, I'm just saying, man. Like that sort of shit happens. That sort of shit happens to me.
Every once in a while, I find people.
Have you ever tried to watch?
Because I didn't. Now they just made me leave.
Have you ever tried to watch a video,
man? They just made me leave, and I didn't want to leave. You ever tried to watch a video, man, and it just go ahead.
It just stops. It just starts buffering, man, and it won't play. It just stops, man, like halfway through. And no matter how many times you try and watch it, it won't let you watch it.
It's going.
Yeah, man. Well, and then later on, you watch another video and then go back, and then you can watch it. But just for that moment, man, they're just trying to screw with you. You know what I mean? They don't want you to see the video. There's a reason that happens. It's not an accident.
Hey, you were still showing them love, though.
Hey?
I want to show you something. I'm gonna show you more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check his shit out after I get off the air. I want to see what kind of buddy he's got.
Yeah. Yeah, don't stress, Ray. It'll work later, man.
Yeah. No, I want to. There's something. I'm looking for videos. Hold on. There's probably a ton of videos. No. All right, hold on. Give me a second. My computer is not fast. It's just really. So they got in the Guinness Book of World Records, right? For rolling the biggest joint ever rolled.
Yeah.
They rolled 100-foot joint. Watch, I'll show you.
You muted, Dave.
That must be a big doobie.
100 foot.
How the fuck
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
smoke it? How are you supposed to smoke that?
You just got to breathe the smoke off the end of it, man. You don't even have to suck on it.
Holy shit. Dude, all you need is hey, I'm just taking a piece. It's just like
You get smashed just walking past it, man.
I'm just taking a piece, man. Get a couple ounces.
It's like all the cops when after they do a bust, man, and they burn down all the plants, man. They all stand down.
Watch, it was on the news. I'll show you. Well, it was in the newspaper. This is them. It was on the news. It was in the newspaper. But look, here I found the news story.
Yeah.
This was on the news. Yeah, this is Channel 4, like the regular news. Let's see how well it plays this. This is in Massachusetts. At the New England Cannabis, the New England Cannabis Convention, they rolled a 100-foot long joint, and it got them in the Book of World Records.
I thought Cheech and Chong rolled the biggest joint, man.
They put 2 pounds. Hold on.
A Worcester group is trying to break the record by
How much?
rolling the biggest joint. Timely though, considering the state.
Let me start it over.
Oh, we could smoke that, bro. You just pass it along, bro. You just gotta hold that stuff.
State Cannabis Commission met this past week to go rules for recreational
Pretty hard to
marijuana.
pass it, though, man. 100 foot.
Pot shops aren't set to open until
It'll take a minute, though.
getting in on legal.
Let me start it over.
A Worcester group is trying to break the record by rolling the biggest joint. Timely, though, considering the State Cannabis Commission met this past week to go over the rules for recreational marijuana use.
Pot shops aren't set to open until summer, but that's not stopping this group from getting in on legalization.
Thousands of people are pouring into the DCU Center for the Harvest Cup, bringing together
She's already
growers,
smashed. Look at
vendors,
it.
and marijuana enthusiasts, but let me excited to see the 100-foot-long joint unveiled right here today. This is a stoner's dream.
First thoughts is when we get to smoke it. Thing's epic.
Marijuana enthusiasts busted out their smartphones to snap a picture of this massive
I'd put shit weed in there.
100-foot-long joint unveiled inside Worcester's DCU Center.
Honestly, I wonder who has.
So they grow good weed.
Suck air all the way from that end to this end.
Would you be willing to
But they're
try
not gonna get the smoke.
Maybe.
The guys who green put it all together say it's a very well.
They did. They smoked it. They smoked it.
I don't know. You tell me. Have you seen one longer?
It is not easy rolling a joint this long. It took the help of 40 people.
You need a NASA
3,000
vacuum
yards of
to
rolling
inhale
paper,
it, man.
A month and a half.
Nah, you just need good
There's
fingers.
1,000 grams of cannabis.
The 2-day event is the
NASA's some NASA space vacuum.
Finally, like, people that for years you've been.
All right, you guys.
It's
ready to get to
actually
work?
Mary. It's actually my friend Keith, and he lives in Westwood. He's from like Westwood in West Roxbury and shit, and like Dedham.
Outcast.
All around
the
there.
Harvest Cup brings together growers, vendors,
1,000
and
grams.
cannabis enthusiasts
Rosendale.
gearing up for next summer.
Everyone knows him in
Shops are
Rosendale.
open for business.
Our goal was to bring community together and have fun and create awareness for cannabis.
And for all of you wondering out there,
Yeah.
you
Shit
plan
can
to
save your
smoke that 100-foot-long joint using a blowtorch. You can use your imagination for that one. In Worcester, I'm Tiffany Chan from WPC News.
So they got in the world records, and you know what else? The dude was like a championship snowboarder, and not Keith, but the other dude that is in the business with him. And he built a half pipe in my friend's backyard, and we used to have it when we were kids. We had a half pipe that they built for us and shit. They were cool.
That's awesome.
Oh, let me see.
But
There's,
did
there's
you
more
hear
about
she's
it.
like
There's more about. Here we go.
a blowtorch? Well, you think about that. Like, what
This
is
is-
he talking about?
I wonder if this is the same thing. This is when it happened, December 18, 2017.
Hey, did you end up checking out my boy Miles Grimes, bro? He does songs with Benny the Butcher. He's pretty good, man. Check him out sometime, man.
Was that Stavely?
That's what I thought, dude. I think
Watch
it's
how
his twin. Yeah, it wasn't him. But it did look
Watch
like
how
him.
far this. Watch how this thing goes around the table.
That's how you build a rocket, NASA.
It looks like two. It looks like there's two of them, bro. That's crazy. That's a lot of patience to roll something like that.
I'm sorry, get out of your way. All right.
Oh, okay, it's a ribbon. Oh, okay, I see it now. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering why there was two lines, man.
Yeah, there's a ribbon to measure it out.
100 feet? Anybody get a lighter? I thought you had the lighter, dude. I don't have a lighter. I thought you had it. Oh, dude, we're screwed, man.
Yeah.
All right.
So they rolled a 100-foot joint.
When you pack a Philly, you take all the guts out and you just pack that. And you pack it, the Philly, and then obviously you take. You have a pack of. It's called a Gotti. That's what I call it. Right? You just pack a Philly.
Never let anybody pack your bong, man. That's a
And you
bad
like
move.
smoke the cigar, you know what I mean? And dude,
He's talking about a blunt, a Philly's blunt. It's like a cigar. It's like a cheap cigar that people use for smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cigar, man. You never heard of Philly?
I'm gonna play
Fucking
play a song real quick. Give me a sec.
Ernie's. You're muted.
All right, we got some Mandela effects. Oh, I'm not sharing either. I'm muted and I'm not sharing, am I?
Did you see
All right,
that?
good job. Good call. Thank you.
With that Star Wars change, friggin' the trash smashers, which was weird, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I guess.
Who did it? Who did it? Was it Stavely that did it? I seen Stavely did something today.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
trash
that? I'll play it. I'll play it. I'll play that in a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Crazy.
This is not it. This is not it. Fucking ads.
Well, hello, mate.
Let's check this.
G'day, mate.
Shit, one of these days, dude, we're gonna be walking through one of these fucking phones. What do you think? These black men.
You know what the absolute winner is, man. The
I'm
absolute
just saying.
proof that no one can deny is the lion and the lamb, man.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Especially me, out of all people, man. My last name is Wolf, dude. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That shit painted on the wall, dude. The big rainbow.
Yeah.
Man, the lion and the lamb.
It was found. New developments are made.
You can't
Sometimes
tell
the
me
mystery
anyway. I'm meant to
deepens,
remember it.
and on rare occasions, Mandela.
That's the
I've
way you
thought
feel.
about this
That's
for a long
okay,
time as to what I should do. Do I simply ignore these updates, briefly mention them in brand new Mandela
see
effect
the
videos,
interview
or
that he
something
did?
else? This is that something. An entirely new series dedicated to new Mandela effect updates. So whenever enough of these new developments are made or discovered, you can expect a new video. And don't worry, this doesn't replace the brand new Mandela effect videos. This is in addition to those. So you're just getting twice as much content. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into these new and interesting developments. First up, I want to talk about an interesting find regarding the Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect. I first talked about this in brand new Mandela Effects Part 24. This update is in regards to a photo taken in 1939 of an extremely poor family's house during the Great Depression. The family's wallpaper is made from glued up newspaper clippings. And if you look at this specific place on the wall, you'll see an ad for Fruit of the Loom. At first glance, this ad appears blurry, but it looks like it has a cornucopia in it. If it does indeed have a cornucopia, this proves that the Fruit of the Loom artwork has changed. The debate around this photograph has caused a lot of argument online, and because of this, I decided to use an AI upscaler to enhance the details and see for myself. Now remember, this company swears it never used a cornucopia in any of its company branding. In fact, we have an entire visual list of all of their previous logos. So after enhancing this, what did I find? Well, once I zoomed in and enhanced the blurry old mess of a photo, I discovered this. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it tells us a lot. After rotating it and going through a mess of old logos, I finally found one that matches. It's the 1893 to 1927 Fruit of the Loom logo, meaning this newspaper had been hanging on their wall for over a decade. It also means that this logo doesn't have a cornucopia. I know it looked like it did from afar, but unfortunately the mystery still remains. You'd think that's it for the Fruit of the Loom residue, but I've actually got two more updates for you. First up is a trademark filed in 1973 and granted in 1974 by Fruit of the Loom. This trademark was in fact for a deodorant. Now here's the interesting thing about this trademark. It has a piece of art attached to it, which I'm showing you now. I'd like you to analyze this piece of art right here as I read the literal description for the trademark. Berries,
Yeah, in '98, I remember him being on my
bunches,
boxes, bro.
apples, plastic, bowls, and other containers of fruits, including
Maybe that's just
cornucopia,
me.
horn of plenty. Now, why would Fruit of the Loom, a company who swears to have never used a cornucopia in any of their artwork ever, claim a cornucopia in their trademark? I don't know about you, but I find that pretty strange. The trademark was eventually canceled, which you might think, oh, they realized the mistake by adding a cornucopia in the description and then canceled the trademark right away. But that's not what happened. This cancellation took place in 1988, a full 15 years after it was first registered. Fun fact, while researching this, I learned that Fruit of the Loom is one of the earliest trademarks in America, given the number 418. Their first trademark was given 1 year after trademark laws were first passed by Congress. Not only that, the trademark predates Coca-Cola, the paper bag, and even the light bulb. The last thing I have to say about Fruit of the Loom in this video is in regards to Breaking Bad. I was rewatching Breaking Bad for the 20th time because it's such a phenomenal show in every regard, and I caught something really funny. In Season 2, Episode 6, there is a science fictional company called Rio Grande, Fruits and Vegetables. Beside that name is a fake company's logo.
Here it is.
Someone's here. Hold on. You back? All right.
Is he trying to debunk it, or what's he trying to do?
No, he's showing you that
variety of
people
interesting
remember
fruits
it.
and
The cornucopia,
This is
man.
obviously
It was always there before.
cornucopia that
It was always
exists.
there.
We all know about it for completely unknown and mysterious reasons. What do you think? Continuing on with Breaking Bad, that isn't the only Mandela Effect reference I caught during my rewatch. In Season 4, Episode 8, there is a scene where Saul Goodman, the funny lawyer character, makes a reference to Ed McMahon giving away money.
Hey, look, I don't mind dropping checks off every week like Ed McMahon.
Like Ed McMahon.
Ads.
If you don't know what this is, I don't blame you.
Hold on.
There's a lot of misremembering going on out there.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't too difficult. Just a little buffering. Probably. Let's see what happens. Coming back.
If you don't know what this is, I don't blame you. I've never covered this Mandela Effect on my channel because it's pretty old, but essentially it's the belief that Ed McMahon used to deliver these giant, oversized Publishers Clearinghouse checks to winners. As the story goes today, Ed McMahon never delivered giant checks and never worked with Publishers Clearinghouse. Any proof or evidence to the contrary is simply gone. It doesn't exist anymore outside of people's memories and references to Ed McMahon from people's memories. The weird part about this in Breaking Bad, though, is that show is one of the finest crafted shows ever made. Every scene, every line of dialogue, every shot and angle, even the costume design and color choices have meaning. So much love and attention went into every part of that show, and yet somehow a person that never gave away money got referenced in this show for giving away money. The origin of this line must have come up as a funny line in the writer's room, and everyone obviously believed Ed McMahon gave away money, so no further research was needed to make it. Of course it's accurate. Everyone believes it. It just goes to show how mysterious and powerful the Mandela effect really is. Not a single person there was like, hey, that's not true. Continuing on with the topic of Ed McMahon. Ed McMahon made some commercials back in the day for freecreditreport.com. And in those commercials, he's actually rapping. As bizarre as that is, what's even more bizarre is that he talks about handing big checks to people. And the joke of the commercial is that he's going back to all of those houses and trying to get his checks back because he needs money. It's a great and funny commercial, but it doesn't make any sense considering he apparently never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse and never personally delivered oversized checks to anyone. The way it goes now is that Ed McMahon was a spokesperson for American Family Publishers, another company that gave out giant checks to winners. But Ed McMahon never once personally gave out a giant check. Not once. Even more amazingly, most people don't seem to remember American Family Publishers. What do you remember about all this? This one is really weird, and we could honestly talk about it for an hour because there's so much residue. So if you'd like to hear more about this in the next video, let me hear it in the comments. This specific Mandela effect is a gold mine. It feels like someone went in, like a computer program, and changed these two details. Ed McMahon never delivered any checks, and he never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. Despite all the contrary evidence, it's so strange. Here is a clever and funny Mandela effect Easter egg hidden away in the television show Mr. Robot. In Season 3, Episode 4, there is a scene where Darlene is on her laptop and downloading a movie in the background. If you look closely, you'll see that the movie she's downloading is the 1996 movie Shazam, starring Sinbad that doesn't exist and apparently never has. Sure, a lot of us remember it, but no one has found a single trace of it ever existing. One of those really weird ones that I'm not sure will ever be resolved. Regardless of resolution, stuff like this is a fun wink and a nod to fans of the Mandela effect, and I figured you'd enjoy hearing about it. I'm hoping that as we go forward, even more media makes references to stuff like this. And speaking of media, I'm working hard on my Lost Media video. I'm tackling Lost Media in a very different perspective than most people do, so I'm excited to share it with you. Look forward to it. We still have 2 more new Mandela Effect updates to cover in this video, but first I want to tell you all to go subscribe to my other channel, All Time Clips. Link in the description. We're trying to get that channel to a
Dismiss. Hey!
The gavel's back.
There it is.
When I first heard of this one seemed so absurd to me, I couldn't believe it. At the time it became popular, I really enjoyed looking into it and reading about it and watching the hilarious reactions to it. But I couldn't give my stamp of approval until I had watched every episode of Judge Judy to confirm it or deny it. Thankfully, enough people took on the challenge, and eventually it was discovered that Judge Judy did indeed use her gavel on multiple occasions.
Always our excuse. Dismiss. You got here. Hey! That put one on you. I can't hear everybody at the same time.
24-hour oxygen. My sister has never done anything.
Now there's videos of her for 3 years with a gavel.
As I look through all these videos of her using the gavel, the most hilarious comes from season.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
You know, I'm getting exhausted, so I think I'm just gonna call it a night now, though. I'm fucking tired.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from retailers like Amazon and
Not
Target.
really much.
You can drop
much more I can really do on here tonight, but it was a fun stream. Thanks for showing up, everybody. I'm gonna play a few more tracks and get out. Thank you for coming on, David Wolf. Thank you, Matt Pineman.
Thanks, Roy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my sleep because me and Singeman are working on a good stream for tomorrow night. We've been working on it all week, so I gotta get some sleep.
You look
high
tired,
octane.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Thanks,
high
David.
octane tomorrow night. All right.
Peace, brother.
You peace. Oh my god. I got
All right.
A whole bunch of new stuff.
Okay,
yeah, I'm
when you're
just trying to
ready.
figure out what song. Trying to figure out. I got a whole bunch of new shit I could play.